Hey Pendlings, this is the Black Belt Panda. Welcome back to episode 3 of the Redstone Bunker series. The first thing we're going to do is get an alarm set up so whenever anybody tries to enter the bunker, when it's locked, an alarm will trigger, and if you're inside the bunker or somewhere near it, you'll be able to hear it. So let's go ahead and run in here real quick. I'm just going to break through that passage we made before when we set up the lock. And I'm just going to flick the lock on so we can get our redstone signal, make it a little bit easier to see. I'm going to come up around here. And now, a few things here. If I come up, try to get in here. I break through here. Here we go. This is the torch behind our button. Okay, so we need to use the redstone signal from the button. So I'm just going to make sure that, okay, we don't want to break through that wall there. I'm going to extend this out with a redstone signal here. And this, let me open up some more room. Redstone wiring here is our lock. So what we want to do is we want to use both the signals together so that when the lock is on and the button is pushed, the alarm triggers. And it's actually not that difficult, and it's a good time to introduce you to the redstone repeater locking function, which is very cool. So first thing we're going to do is right here where our lock, remember we made that vertical transmission here using the glowstone, where the locking redstone comes out of the vertical transmission here, we're going to place a repeater. Hope that made sense. And we are going to make sure we're on obsidian here. I'm just going to throw some obsidian down on the floor there. Bring this signal out here. This is the button. And then put a repeater facing that one. You'll see it creates a little bar across it with the texture of bedrock. And that just tells us that this repeater is locked. That means that if we turn the lever off, this repeater will stay on, and basically that allows us to be able to combine our button signal with our lever signal, and that'll make a little bit more sense here in a minute. I'm just going to clear out an area here real quick and replace it with obsidian so you can see a little bit easier. Okay, that should make it a little bit easier to work with. First thing we want to do is actually invert this signal coming off of the locked repeater here. There we go. And then redstone in front of that. And then 2 blocks, just like so. Actually, let me use a different block so that's a little bit easier to see against the obsidian here. There we go. Alright, so what we're making here is a random pulsar. I'm going to put a torch there and a torch there. Redstone. Oops. Oh my gosh. Torch there, torch there. And then when we put redstone on top of these 2 blocks, they're going to freak out, as you can see here. So that's a random pulsar. It's a very random signal. This is why we have to invert it. We want it set up so that when the lock is on, like it is now, this will go off when the button is pushed. So, for now, that's really annoying. So I'm just going to break those 2. Alright. So we need it to be a little bit more audible than that. So, what we can do is another piece of redstone there, and a note block. And then I'm just going to make it high-pitched, like that. And then we can put a wooden door on each side of the note block, and just to stabilize the signal so that the wooden doors react to the redstone a little bit more consistently, we're going to put a repeater in front of each door like that. And now when this freaks out again, it's going to be very audible. Very nice. Alright, so the next thing we're going to want to do now that we've got that working is turn it off. So I'm going to come back around here. We're going to flick that off and hit the button. That should reset it. Now we can put it back together. Piece of redstone I broke there. And as you can see, it doesn't freak out. The reason being, now that this torch is on, it's constantly powering the redstone here, so it can't switch back and forth between all the different torches. Very simple. Hope that's easy to understand. And now, if we push the button, now that the lock is turned off, the signal is not going to do anything here. There's nothing going through. So even if this lock is taken off, and I'll try to show you how that works. So when we push the button, that's what happens. So you see how the bar disappeared for a second? That's what's going to happen when we push the button. The lock is off, so no redstone goes through. This torch stays on. But when this lock is on, right now it's locked into the off state, it'll unlock, and then the redstone will pass through and activate the alarm, and then it'll relock, leaving the alarm turned on. I'll try to demonstrate that for you. I want to make sure that it's easy enough to understand that you can use it in your own bunker if you're using a different design. We'll turn the lock on now. And we'll come over here. And now, if we hit the button, when that bar disappears and this repeater is unlocked, the signal will travel through, activating the alarm. And then when the button push is released or reset, the lock will show back, will display again here, the little bar, locking this repeater into the on state, which means that this torch will remain off and this alarm will remain on until we reset it. And I'll demonstrate that here. So that represents button. Now that's rather annoying. And you can hear, if you're over here, you can hear the doors quite easily. But from over here, even though you can't hear the doors, you can still hear the note block. So that's what the note block's for, so you can hear it from further away. To reset the system, unlock it, and push the button on the other side of the door. That will reset the system. So there we go, we have a working alarm system. Okay, and that's pretty much it for this episode. I know it was super short, but what I think I'm going to do from now on is do one single addition to the bunker in each episode, so it might be 5 to 10 minutes long instead of the usual 20 to 30, but I'm going to try to put out more episodes instead. The shorter videos are a lot easier for me to do and a lot quicker to put out, so hopefully it'll make it a lot easier to get more videos out. And just to let you know as an example, to get a 20 to 30 minute video I have to make multiple additions to the bunker here, and sometimes it's difficult to figure out a certain idea that I'm playing with that I want to put into the episode, and so it will take me maybe a day or two to figure that out and to actually finish making that one particular segment of the episode. And when there's a few different additions in one single episode, you know, it easily becomes good 3 or 4 days before I can even finish the episode. So this way you guys get more content. I can break it up a lot easier. So I hope you guys don't mind too much. But if you like the video, click the like button. And we're definitely going to be doing a lot more to secure this door here so that nobody can use any tricks to get in, such as placing a button directly next to the door. We're also eventually going to be working on getting the escape route here set up, and a few people have mentioned that my water needs to be deeper. I just wanted to show you that it actually doesn't. If I change my game mode to survival here, I can actually fall out here into that 1 deep block of water and take no damage, and that's because of the fall distance. If your fall distance is greater, you may need 2 blocks of water instead of 1, so your water may need to be 2 deep, or maybe even 3 deep if you're falling really high, but you should never need more than 3 deep water. That should pretty much cover you from any distance. But for this particular fall distance, yeah, 1 deep is plenty, and it helps make it look like it's more of the natural terrain. So hopefully we can get a lot of this stuff done much quicker now. So again, if you liked the video, click the like button. Got any comments, suggestions? Definitely need lots of suggestions. So go ahead and post those in the comment section below. Hope you liked the video. This is the Black Belt Panda, and I'll see you in the next one.